Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Subsistence, day number 3. I'm Ogopogo, just an old guy often playing older games obnoxiously. And we survived the night. We did good. I got a storage crate set up and kind of organized. I have a few things still in my inventory that I was crafting. I'm contemplating. We cooked up all the meat that we had. We got a lot of protein left over. Can probably eat one of those right now. Eat a berry. I'm gonna try to save this kelp, so I'm actually gonna throw that in. That's gonna come in handy if we end up getting infected. Now I'm contemplating. We're gonna need a fishing rod. Now, fish oils are, like I said, are essential. If you look under your medical crafting, to make an antidote to get yourself fixed from an infection, you need to have 3 of the medicinal tonics. To make the medicinal tonics, you need to have fish oil and the medicinal plants that we've been collecting. We got, I think, I don't know, 14 or so. Yeah, 14 in the inventory. Now you can craft those into biofuel as well, but we also, we don't have any biofuel, but we'll make some. We can make some if we need it. I got another fire starter still. It's in the crate. But we're going to need a fishing rod. So let's make ourselves a fishing rod. We're not going to fish just right now because we don't need any protein. And we have 4 grubs, tree grubs. So let's make our tackle as well. We'll just throw those in the storage crate here. It's good to keep as much as possible of your inventory in the storage container. Because if you're running around with it, you get killed. You lose a percentage. I believe it's like a third, like 30 some percent, 33% or whatever. And it's brutal. It takes its toll. Like, you know, you went and collected a bunch of logs and nails and stuff like that. You get killed, you end up losing it. You can recover your body. You have 10 minutes to recover your inventory, but you lose a portion of it for a death penalty. So another thing too is I got the stuff we can make some more platforms and stuff, and we're gonna expand, and I'm thinking definitely gonna come out a couple more and then over a couple more. But I think for now I want to get going. We want to utilize the daylight as much as possible for gathering resources. So we're gonna throw our fishing rod in our storage crate here. We'll just wait for this last tackle to finish crafting. I've got some fresh water. I've got some protein still. Not hungry enough to eat any of it, but there we go. Let's throw that in too. We can do some fishing tonight. Fish oil is essential. I find there's fish traps, but you can only bait them with the grub and rotten meat, I believe. And all you ever get out of it is a small fish or a crawfish. Crawfish are some, decent in protein, but I find I'd rather take the gamble and use the tree grub and fish with the chance of getting like a largemouth bass or a salmon, where you get a lot more meat out of it, a lot more protein. So we'll gather a few trees. I'm going to get this grub tree for sure. We're going to head up now. That valley that we spent the last, day and a half in, we'll spend a lot of time down there. Because it's a great loot area. It's a great farming area for wood and stuff. Get close enough to the tree there, buddy. Still trying to get used to this recording and dialogue and stuff like that. I'm put it this way, it's kind of like when you went out with a friend to meet a group of his friends that you've never met before, and you're just kind of a little shy and on your best behavior and stuff for the first little bit. That's kind of how I feel right now. I want to let loose and just be myself, and I like to laugh and have fun and joke around. That's just my nature, but it takes a little bit just to settle in and get comfortable. So I'm working on that. I'm feeling good. Like, I feel I've recorded these first 3 episodes back to back to back. Now, something I'm not going to get into the habit of doing, but at this point in time I've got, at the time of recording these first 3 episodes, I have like 2 subscribers, which is cool, but I don't even know if, anybody will ever even watch this, but kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. Oh, there's a wolf on us. Oh no, that was something else running away or what? Something was running behind us. Now, it didn't sound like a moose, so I don't know what the hell it was. Was it a deer maybe? No, they don't make any noise. I don't know. I don't know. What I should do, I don't have any cordage, but I could make a couple, is make ourselves a pickaxe. I need 2 more planks. Oh no, I got lots of planks. I don't know why I carried that stuff. After giving you guys a lecture on carrying it, and I bring it out with me. Anyways, we'll work on a pickaxe so we can start getting... This is what they call... Some of them call it ortastic or rock. I can't believe I just spaced on what I was talking about there. That's bizarre. Anyways, getting a little more comfortable. I'm feeling good about, recording and stuff. I'm a little more at ease with it. I did a bunch of trial runs just to test out the audio and stuff. And I know it sounds different on different devices. If it's way out of whack on something, let me know, definitely. Okay, let's whip ourselves up one of these bad boys. Just get ourselves set up. Like, I know this is probably a little on the boring side as far as watching gameplay, but like I said, I'm a little bit slower, methodical type player. I'm not in a panic to... I love to go in and play balls to the wall, but... Okay, let's see what we got here. Now, this will be potassium, but that's okay. We need that. Copper is the orange color. Zinc is like a blue tinge to it. Iron's got a gray tinge to it, like this one here. If you're not sure, you can stand with the shadow over it and get a better idea what the... But you see why some call it ortastic. I mean, there's just a ton of ore nodes up here. Sometimes there's nothing. But it's usually not too terribly bad. Good place to stop and run in and check out if you're on the lookout for some ore. Now, we can't do anything with this just yet. Oh, that's that boar again. We have to get ourselves our BCU up and get a couple things crafted and get ourselves a refinery made, because then we can smelt down the ores into fragments, which is going to allow us to craft a lot more advanced stuff. How are we sitting? We're at 62. So we're going to grab a few logs today. I think after today I'll start doing my wood farming off camera. I'm going to run up the hill here and get some more trees and get that one grub tree for sure. Now that deer we could go after, but it could end up chasing him halfway across the map, so we're not going to bother just yet. We got lots of protein. As a matter of fact, we can have a bite to eat right now. Let's finish chopping this tree. I like looking for the clusters of the 4 log trees. It's just for every 3 trees you get an extra tree, as opposed to chopping down the 3 log, the pine trees. Good when chopping trees, just kind of circle around, gives you a bit of a check out the landscape, see what's around. Now, being that we're going to plant ourselves up at this end to start off with, I want to get to some key areas to unlock the map, or to uncover the map, so we can, because there's a few areas around this lake that I know that the hunters like to build, so we want to try to have the map open so we can kind of keep an eye on where they're at. Now around, there's another pond right here, and around this pond they like to build. So maybe what we'll do is take another wolf here somewhere. Oh, he's right there. It's that same one. A lot of reeds and stuff here too, so you kind of got to be careful, because the wildlife do like this pond. We're going to run around it just to kind of open the map up, and then... Oh, there's another wolf. Kind of get away from him, circle around, and go back on the other side of that pond, get that opened up. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be looting and gathering, and we got that bear's interest now too. I'm getting way too close to the wildlife. It truly is a lot more difficult to concentrate on what you're doing when you're recording, for sure. I'm sure I'm going to suck at it for a while, but hey, got to start somewhere. Nobody's nerfed, right? Or that shirt. See what's down here. This lake could be oh, here's a... And we got to watch our oxygen level up there at the top too. You don't want to go down too deep, and you want to be mindful of it. You can take a couple hits, it won't do much damage. Like that one took a little bit of a toll, but... Sandstone. I could start getting the sandstone, I guess. Oh, wrong one. I gotta fix my tool belt here. I got my tools in the wrong spot as opposed to what I'm used to here. So let's get this guy in 7, this guy in 6. That's what I like. There we go. Got a little bit of sandstone. This lake that we're on, it's great. You can swim around the... It gets deep in the middle, but you can swim around the outer edges of the lake and have a pretty successful run. Now, we are on day number 3, and as per usual and traditionally in this game, day 3 it starts raining. And it's something I wasn't really focused on early in the morning, but it didn't look too bad then. But it is overcast now, and it will start raining. There's something over here, a wolf, I think. Let's get out of here. I think I mentioned in one of my other videos, wildlife will come in the water after you. Wow, that's loud. There's that bear again. I ran right into the same spot. What a bonehead. Oh, man. Okay, I'm not too worried about this. We're close enough to home, I can just run over to my base, too. If you hop up on your platform, the wolves will take off. Yeah, I know I'm not a bit of a pussy. I'm not just taking them down, but I really, really want to conserve on my ammo until we really need to use it. Okay, he broke off, so... Let's take a look at our map now. Yeah, so we got around that lake uncovered. Another area is in behind that pond to the... kind of the southwest of it there. Here's some zinc, it looks like. While I'm running around with my pickaxe like an idiot, I might as well grab this. And all this is just to help set us up and help us succeed a little easier. Not much going on. You want to go where the loot is. The loot is important. That's why I kind of like that south end of the map a little bit better, which is going to come into play with our strategy. Now, what I'm doing here, everybody does it. It's nothing new, but I'm building our initial base here and place the BCU with the intention of having the hunters build around that BCU. Once that starts to take place, we can do it anytime after we place the BCU down, but I like to hang around and interact with the hunters and that. But after all said and done, and the hunters are building around that BCU down here at the North Lake, we're going to move and build our main base down at the South Lake. Now, I don't know about you. Is it kind of cheesy to do that? Yeah, maybe in a way, but it's still a lot of fun. I get too claustrophobic. Just about any playthrough. It's very seldom. I've had a couple really good seeds, a couple really good spawns by the hunters that give me, you know, some ample room to move around. But for the most part, they tend to close in around you and block off passageways to, you know, frequented areas and stuff like that. So I like, you know, the thought process is instead of having an outpost at the other end, we build our main base, and this is going to be our outpost. Now, when we come to raid these guys, then we'll have an outpost to hang out in. So it's not a waste by any means, you know? Okay, let's get a few more planks crafting while we're running around. And we'll save like 2022 for now. We can always grab some more, but let's cross over and go over here, see what's shaking. But yeah, so that's going to open up. Then we're going to have the entire, almost the entire map to ourselves for gathering and whatnot. Of course, we're still going to have to deal with the wildlife and the rogues once the rogues come into play. And if you're new to the game, rogues are like a nomadic hunter that you have static hunters that will build bases around you. You can attack those bases, take all their loot and their crafting and whatnot. But the rogue hunters are like nomads. They just travel all over, and they normally switch positions pretty much every night. You can track those guys on your map. It's a good thing to keep an eye on your map at night. They're a pain in the ass, those guys. Man, they can be assholes. They're not well geared. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think I've ever encountered a rogue that had a shotgun other than in the mines. They have the double barrel shotguns down there. The mining rogues. But the ones on the surface, 9mm and bows are all they ever carry. That's all I've ever known them to carry. I don't believe you find... See, now we're getting high altitude. See that blue flash on the screen? Yeah, and it's telling us to get near a fire. You get too high in altitude until we get ourselves some clothing made. We got to start thinking about that too. It's getting a little later in the day. We got to start keeping our eyes peeled for rabbits and stuff too. So let's make our way back. We'll kind of work our way around and hang out near our base there, do a little hunting. How are we doing on water? We could drink this, have an apple. This onion, I'm not going to eat it. I'm going to put it change it into a seed. Oh, and I didn't eat that piece of meat, so it's spoiled. Totally forgot about that. So I just don't carry meat around with me most of the time. Most of the time, because I just end up forgetting about it. Alright. This is miserable, and this is loud too. You hear a lot of people that complain about the level of the noise, but man, it's... If you ever been out in the bald-ass prairie with the wind just howling and it's raining or snowing, you know that this is pretty close. Get this grub tree. We already got a couple grubs, so that's going to be good. And we've got 4 tackle made with our new fishing rods, so that's good too. Looking forward to using that. I love fishing. It does consume some time, but if you're doing it at night, it's not too bad. So that's why it's kind of nice just to plunk yourself right up by on the lake somewhere, so you can step out your back door and do some fishing at night. Always seems to help a bit. Alright, I'm not seeing a lot out here. I don't know, I kind of swear that the population of the rabbits and the chickens and the... tend to kind of peter off a little bit when the weather's crummy like this. I've had days like when, you know, when you get the animal husbandry going and you need a new couple chickens or whatever. Didn't realize that bear was right there. And you go out looking for some and it's weather like this and they're just so hard to find sometimes. But then when you're not looking for them, you trip over the damn things. Oh, got him going. I love how they stand up on their hind legs and look around like that. It's so well done. Cold Games is just so creative and very talented. This guy is put together something really phenomenal. It's a game, I know maybe for the younger guys it's just not one of the fast-paced games that's awesome, but for an old guy this is awesome. It just depends on your interest, I guess, eh? I started off, let's see. Okay, I think the very first device, electronic device I ever played any kind of game on was Electronic Quarterback. I don't know if anybody remembers them things. I think at one point everybody had one, but there's a little handheld thing by Coleco, I think it was, and it was basically a football game with just little LED lights. Got the Atari 2600, I think that was in the late 70s. The Intellivision, the ColecoVision, Sega Genesis, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, the GameCube. Never got a Wii. And I had a friend of mine give me a PlayStation 3. And I very seldom ever use it. Like it's... Okay, we better watch this guy. I very seldom ever play it. I don't know, there's something about console gaming. See, I started off PC gaming. The first PC game I ever played was Half-Life. And I love the FPS games, the first-person shooter games. I love that type of thing, but the multiplayer community in those games, I don't know, man. It's just kind of soured me a bit. There's not a lot of respect, you know? It's more about short-cocking for the most part. Like, I mean, it's about who's better and who cheats and who does this and whatever. That's why I love this community. There's none of that, you know? Yeah, you always have your jokers around, but for the most part, it's a fantastic bunch of people, and it's just where I feel comfortable and what the people I like interacting with. Then I got into the Elder Scrolls series. I love RPGs, but I played the living shit out of those games. Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, thousands of hours. Still love playing it. We might even do a playthrough of Skyrim at one point. I mean, hell, that's what I like playing, is older games, right? But it was the modding community that kept that game alive. Well, kept the whole series alive. If it wasn't for the modding community, because that game came out riddled with bugs. I mean, look what happened with Cyberpunk. Big hype game, big price game. Comes out loaded up with bugs, you know? That's why, you appreciate somebody like Cold Games. I mean, this game doesn't have what's involved in games like, Skyrim or Cyberpunk or whatever, but still. For one guy to put this game out and update it regularly, and it comes out almost flawless, it's amazing. You can't help but respect that. In my opinion, anyway. All right. Sun's starting to go down. Let's head back. That's it for our day 3. I know we haven't got a lot of progress. Something you guys like to see, because I like to see that as well. As a viewer, I love seeing progress, but we're just starting off a little slower. Get ourselves established a little bit better. There's nothing like trying to start your build and get yourself a base enclosed, and you constantly got to be running out looking for nails or chopping wood or whatever, So I'd like to just try to spend a couple days, get everything, get all levels topped up to where I'm comfortable, and then don't have any issues. We will get the BCU place down here very soon, because these campfires suck. We need a good wood burning stove, plus we want to start advancing ourselves too. So all right, I'll put some of this stuff away in a little while. Let's get the fire going. Have to make ourselves we found another biofuel, so we can make another fire starter. Got some more medicinal plants, so we can make some more biofuel. Get a couple sticks going. Now, I didn't get any meat. Did find a couple cloth though, so we're gonna do some fishing for the night to get our protein is tanked. So that's probably how we should maybe end this, is we'll shouldn't have lit that so soon, but let's dip our rod and see what happens. It is chilly out, so I kind of want to stay as close to the fire as I can. I'll move up a little bit until I'm in range of the campfire. There we go. That way we can stay warm while we fish. Sure, we'll catch a couple small ones, but hopefully we get something a decent size. But I think that's going to be where we end it. We'll see what happens by morning. But I do appreciate you hanging out with me, and while I learn this stuff and figure stuff out and get a little better at it. And I promise next episode we'll build a little bit more onto the base and get ourselves in a little bit better position so we can get that base command unit placed and get the hunters spawning around us. So thanks very much, everybody. Take care of each other and be safe, and we'll hope to see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Take care.